My fellow Shelby enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about something I ran into while planning my next oil change. I do my oil change quite often, but I always order parts fresh off the internet. And when I went to order the part, which is normally used for the Shelby FL-2062, I noticed that this one came up too, FL-2087. Now, sometimes manufacturers change part numbers for odd reasons or minor reasons, but in this case, the change is quite visible. Here you can see the original one, the spec'd out FL-2062, and here you can see FL-2087. FL-2062 comes with this pack of hardware, which is two O-rings that are used during the oil change and an oil ring and a ring that is not. The reason why you don't use this O-ring is because this filter is shared with a couple of engines, the EcoBoost engines. So this filter is not exclusive to the GT350. It is shared. Now this one only comes with the O-rings that are required for the Shelby GT350. Now this is the cartridge type oil filter, which is the secondary type. The original filter that came with the cars were the spin-on filters. This is the filter that came after they did the upgrade, which is the cartridge type, which only needs these two. And the fact that it does not include the little O-ring tells me that this is specific to the Shelby. I went online and tried to find anywhere else on the Ford system where FL-2087 would be, and I couldn't find any other call out of it. So I think Shelby finally has its own filter type. Now sometimes that's not really needed. It is normal for manufacturers to use parts from one car to the another. As long as the specifications are right, it will work correctly. But if, like myself, I'm wondering what the difference is, well, I ordered both so I could take a look at them a little bit closer. So the first thing that stands out, it is the color of it. This is yellow and this is white. Also, you'll notice that the way that the pleats are in here, they are very fine, very dense. These ones are a little bit bigger, but they're still quietly packed together. There's another thing that happened when I opened this filter. This has a very strong smell. A smell almost of glue, of adhesive. This one has very little smell or no smell whatsoever. Now, why is that a telltale sign? Well, it tells me that potentially there's a little bit more adhesive on this, or that this is synthetic. Typically, white material like this is a synthetic type of filter. Synthetic media tends to have finer filtering properties while allowing more flow. This looks like standard paper filter. Paper filters, cellulose type filters, are pretty good. It probably will filter about 40% of all things going through, while this one filters maybe 60%. So this is more efficient in terms of flow, but also more better in terms of filtering finer particles than this. The other thing that's interesting too is that I took these things to the scale, and FL-2062 had a weight of about 528 grams. FL-2087 has a weight of 828 grams. So this is slightly heavier. Now, that's about a 300 gram difference. How much is 300 grams? Well, 300 grams is about the weight of 5 quarters. So it is very small, the difference, but when you're talking about lightweight filter, you can feel it when you pick them up. You can feel that this one has a little bit more just feels a little bit more heavy duty. And also, it's very interesting when you look at the internals. And here, I'm gonna shine a light so we can see inside of that filter. Okay, so inside of this filter, what supports it internally, it is just a plastic structure. That's all it is. There's a couple little ribs of plastic that are going inside of there, keeping the filter from collapsing during anytime the flow of the oil is going through it. Now let's look at the 2087 filter. Whoa, that's a big difference. Notice that there are two things going on. First of all, there is a metal, perforated metal structure that is holding the entire filter together. And I don't know if you can tell, but every single individual pleat actually has a little metallic mesh. So there's a metallic mesh, and then there's the perforated metal structure, and this travels in really, this is the entire filter. So that's pretty neat, very amazing, because this tells me that this filter, it is tremendously less likely to collapse under pressure or when it has been saturated and it has not been changed out than this one. This one being just plastic, being even the media is not supported internally individually like the way this is. So this has one support layer, this has two support layers internally. Here where you have the crimp holding both of the media together, there we go. Looks about the same size, looks about a good grip on it, so it's not gonna tear apart. Now, what is the reputation of these filters? Well, this filter right here, because it's being used in plenty of other applications, so far has pretty good reputation from what I've seen online. People have pulled them out after 8,000 miles of use, and they still look great. Mind you, this is on EcoBoost engines, which obviously are boosted, so there's probably a similar comparison to our V8 engines. This one, because it's fairly recent, I don't have any feedback as far as people online posting feedback on it. But I really doubt that this filter is gonna be any less than this filter. I have a strong feeling this filter just is built tremendously better than the other filter. And also, a user pointed out online that this looks a lot like the Wix filter. Wix makes really good filters. They're some of my favorite filters. So it's possible that they either are buying it directly from Wix now or have contracted with Wix to manufacture this under the Motorcraft name, or they developed their filter in an upgraded manner like Wix did. The other interesting thing is that this filter is being called out for the 2017 Mustangs, the 2018, not Mustangs, Shelby's, but this one only starts to be called out in the 2019 GT350. So there is at some point, obviously, during the 2018-2019 year of the Shelby, Ford decided to go over to this. For what reason? I don't know. The fact that they have not released any kind of quick statement saying that this part is better than this, or it should be for purposes of the engine lasting longer, tells me that it's probably gonna be safe to continue to use the old filter. Now the old filters probably won't be phased out because, like I said, it is used on the on the EcoBoost engines. But on the 4-part system, it does show that this filter is being phased out just as a part number for the Shelby GT350 and is being superseded by the 2087. So as far as documentation, this filter is superseding this. As far as can you continue to find this filter? Yeah, you can continue to find this filter. Why would somebody want to continue to buy this filter? Well, this filter retails for about $5. I bought this for $5 from Rock Auto, and this one retails for about 16 bucks. So this is 3 times the price. But again, when you think about a Shelby, $15, that's very cheap insurance for having a more heavy-duty filter, one that is going to inspire a lot of confidence. I don't track my car, but if there's people out there that are tracking their car, I'm pretty sure they're going to feel more comfortable with one that has the center made out of metal versus just plastic and paper. So if you are looking for the best for the Shelby, I am looking for the best for my Shelby. I am probably going to discontinue buying these filters, and I'm going to switch over entirely to these filters. The other reason why it's important to stay with the filter that Ford wants us to use, at least particularly for me, is for warranty reasons. I like to keep my car under warranty, so I look for parts that are for specific parts and for specific oils, etc, etc. Now there's better stuff out there, that's just me. Everybody has their own opinion on that. So that is the difference between the 2087 and the 2062 oil filters. If you guys have any other comments about these filters or know any additional info on why this change was made, or if it's a must or it doesn't matter, please leave that in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.